Well, welcome back, everyone, to Coffee Talk with Karen B. That's right, it's Moonday again. It's also the first day of May. Is it May Day? Is May 1st May Day? Anyway, that's what's up. It's May. And it is, let me see. What is the moon? 84% waxing. Waxing, that means that we're working towards the full moon, which will be, when's the full moon? Ooh, it's on Friday. The full moon is on Friday night, so, yeah, I'll be staying home that Friday night. I mean, it's really not any different from any other Friday night. I mean, let's just be honest. After a while, you just don't really care about going out on those busy nights no more. You prefer to be in places that are a little bit less people-y. All right. Good rising. Everybody in Rockfin. Nuba, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. Appreciate that. Scott Hunter, Mark Wontroba, and Benny Boy. Good to see y'all over there on Rockfin. I saw I got some new subscribers on Rockfin. Thank you if you did subscribe to my channel through Rockfin. I do appreciate it. It does help support what I do. I know Rockfin is not everybody's favorite platform, but if it works for you, it'd be cool if you subscribe to it through my channel. Appreciate it. Oh yeah. I don't follow him on Twitter. Hello, Artemis Nunn. Or Artemis in what, I don't know how to say that name. But cheers. And then, oh, is somebody chatting on Rumble? I do stream on Rumble too. So there's an alternative as well. Rumble.com/KarenBFE, I think. What is my, I don't know. Link's in the description. I don't know how to get there. You guys can figure it out. You guys are better at the internet than I am at this point. Pretty soon technology is going to be beyond my capabilities. Over here on YouTube, Boston Ray Mudflood, Nuba, again, much love everyone. Alex Javier, FE Nation, Grand Rising, Ron Boston Bear, hey fam, grab that coffee. No work today. Oh, good for you. Good for you if you're not working today. Wes FE, Aisling 717, Spicy Sarah, two of my favorite ladies ever. Jenny Spark, hello. Yes, I saw your email. Billingtano, good to see you. Richard Thompson, Shiloh Carpenter, Unindoctrinated, Benny Boy, Alpine Endeavor, Flatty 915. There's a bunch of you in here. Matrix 1, RJ Cranston. Good Moonday. Work was rained out. Oh, Flatty 915. Good times for all. Good to see you. You are the best. FE Viking. Richard Thompson. I've been jonesing. The Chakota Carver. Hello, everyone. Hey, Chakota Carver. I think you're the one who did that thing for me. I have it. You know what, though? The cord is so short, I can't plug it in and show it on camera. But they made me this really cool light. What I'm going to do is I got to go to, like, Hobby Lobby and find one of their little kitschy shelves. And then I can set it right here. And then it will also fit the plug, and look, oh, it could be lit up right here. It's pretty cool. Benny Boy, I said hello to everyone on all platforms, because why not? Thank you. Hey, Charlotte Carpenter, thank you for the sticker thingy. Spicy Sarah. Benny Boy, oh yeah. Why not? Hey, Rico. Thank you for rejoining the Based. Appreciate it. That also supports what I do. If you become a member on my channel, sometimes I post members only stuff, I try to post as much as I can, but I'll be honest, you guys, I'm busy. And I do homeschooling, and I have a home and critters, and like I'm just all over the place. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I should just start doing like live streams outside like Ted does. Rune Dragon, good to see. Rockfoon could rule all if they just listen to their supporters, fix the chat. I agree. I agree, Rune Dragon. No? I don't know, Sarah. Maybe I'm giving you credit for somebody else. The name looks like it might be the one who did it. Maybe not. My friend's daughter did that. Anyway. I have you confused with somebody else. My apologies. Me, Malo. I don't know, Sarah. Oh. Anyway. Shout out to Cammie. Cammie, you know, I have been thinking a lot about you, and I know you've been having to deal with a lot of stuff because taking care of somebody's end of life, like tying up those loose ends, you know, getting all the paperwork done, closing accounts, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I know that must have sucked to deal with, and I don't even, or maybe you're still dealing with it, but, I really think it's time for us to go hang out and like go get into nature and go look for rocks again. We need to start hitting up some local mines again. It's time. It's that time. This is the best time to do it because it's going to start getting rainy, and it's starting to wash all the stuff to the surface. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. It's time to go crystal hunting again. Karen B. Hey, what's up? That's the biggest reason I haven't joined there. I like chatting, and if I can't do that, it's not worth it to me. I know. I know. Hey, James Ritchie, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. Appreciate you. Hi, David Harbor. Good morrow. Yeah, it would be fun if their chat was easier to use. It's like, it's really hard when you're on mobile. It's okay online, like if you're using it on desktop, you know. But on mobile, it's like, I hate it because I can't type on my phone. I always fat finger stuff and spell stuff wrong on the phone and make typos. And so, I need to look at it before I hit send, and I can't do that on the phone. Oh my gosh, it drives me crazy that I cannot look at my comment and reread it before I hit send. I have to hit send, and then I gotta read it and be like, I made a big fat typo. And then I gotta go and correct myself. And hopefully I correct myself correctly, because I can't read that one either. That's my biggest gripe with Rockfin chat. I feel like if they could fix that part, I'd be a lot happier. You know what I'm saying? Colin Black, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you. I'm caught up enough to play outside. Yay! It's time to play outside. Hi, Joelle. All right. So anyway, it is Coffee Talk. It is a talk show. It is a call-in show. The call-in number is down there on the screen. It's 848-222-2480. Okay. And if you want to call and talk about something, current events, something that's going on, you want to get the opinion of the others who are in chat about something, you know, it's a good thing to do. But in the meantime, while you think about that, I do have some meetups that I have added to the Flat Earth Festival's Flat Earth Friendly Meetups page. So if you go to flatearthfestivals.com and you click on this menu, just click at the very top level. You don't have to go to the drop downs for anything. And I've added a bunch of stuff. So I'll go and scroll down. Jenny, you sent me an email about a meetup. So I'll read it. Is this where you had your meetup before? FE monthly meetup. No, I didn't put anything there. So you're having your monthly meetup this May 13th at 6 p.m. at Mad Jack's in Brooklyn Park, right? Maybe I can just add it right here. (2023) at 6 p.m. at Mad Jack's, Brooklyn Park. Brooklyn Park. Oops. Update. Let me go back. All right. Did it fix it? All right, there you go. So shaking hands with strangers, FE monthly meetup in Minneapolis. This month, it's May 13th, 2023 at 6 p.m. at Mad Jack's in Brooklyn Park. May 13th, I think, is a Saturday. There's going to be a bunch of meetups on that day. There's also some meetups before that, too, on the 6th, which is this coming Saturday or Saturn Day, whatever you want to say, however you like to look at it. So okay, Huntington Beach. Where are we going? Okay, St. Petersburg, Florida. This is a meetup that's going on at Booker Creek Park, Saturday, May 6, 2023, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Booker Creek Park, blah, blah, blah. Here's the address. Go to the website. It's there. Mostly meet at picnic tables next to the playground, and then they have a meetups link. Okay? So there's that going on in Florida. Then the following weekend, which is the 13th, you got the Shaking Hands with Strangers. And then you got Huntington Beach meetup, which is going to be with Brian. So Dose of Reality meetup, Saturday, May 13th, 5 p.m. at Longboards, 217 Main Street. Okay, details are there. Email Brian at ricefoot@gmail.com so he knows that you're going to be there. And he also says make sure you go to the Main Street location because there's a couple of those, I guess. So that's going on. Then also on the 13th, just added is Flat Earth Movie Night. Flat Earther Movie Night. They're going to watch The Truman Show at Brandy Fenton Memorial Park. Flat Earth Movie Night takes its triumphant return with this oft-referenced film. Bring some water, snacks, and maybe a lawn chair. We'll set up in the grassy area by Ramada 1. Hope to see you there. So this is hosted by Truther Nation. So you can contact Truther Nation at protonmail.com. Truther Nation, this is in Arizona, by the way, Tucson, Arizona. So that's a really good place for outdoor stuff, right? Arizona, right? So he actually organizes quite a bit of stuff. So not only is he doing that, but then he's also doing a thing for Salt River Tubing in Arizona. This is really cool. Like if you're into doing outdoor stuff, you know, why not do it with a bunch of like-minded people who also enjoy doing outdoor stuff? So he's got a bunch of information here if you want to go Salt River Tubing, and that's the weekend of the 21st of May. Then Conspiracy Book Club. Okay, he's got this Conspiracy Book Club thing that he's got going on. So a lot of stuff in Arizona, a lot of stuff in Florida, okay, Huntington Beach, okay, and then of course Bellevue, Washington in June 11th. Ted's going to be over there. So Mark Sargent and Ted Summer will be hosting a meetup at Mustard Seed Grill and Pub, and that is in Bellevue, Washington, 5 p.m. to midnight. So there's lots of stuff going on. Also, Jam in the Plane, June 16th through the 18th in Colorado Springs is gonna be happening. So yeah, there's lots of stuff for you guys to do. Carrie Musgrave. Hi, thank you for joining my channel. Appreciate you. And I miss you. And I really hope to see you soon someday. Hello, Chicago artist. Fortnite just ended debunk flat earth. What? I don't know what that is. What is that? What is that? Skull and coffee. Yeah, Vegas, baby. Vegas. Oh, by the way, I don't think I need to wait for the room code or the block code. I don't think I'm going to do a block, because the thing with doing a hotel block, and I don't know why I didn't remember this sooner, but it seemed like they were doing it differently. Like I wasn't having to reserve a block, but that people could say that they were booking a room for Flattoberfest, so it'd be like they knew that I was bringing those people to the hotel. But I don't think it matters, because really the only purpose of a room block is so that, like, I'm basically guaranteeing that those rooms are going to be filled. I'm holding myself responsible for the hotel, for those rooms being filled, but it's also reserved, like guaranteed rooms for my attendees. But if I don't get those rooms filled, that I tell the hotel that I'm going to get it filled, then I become responsible for paying for whatever doesn't get filled. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be responsible for you people not showing up to the hotel. That's bootsy. So I think I'm not going to do that. I am just going to do the block where I pay for the rooms for all the people who are actually participating in the event, like my event people. And then the rest of you are just on your own. You're just going to have to book it on your own. And it doesn't really matter if you tell them you're there for Flattoberfest or not. There are plenty of rooms in Vegas, right? They charge those people more sometimes. Exactly, Cammie. Like the prices they gave me, I'm like, well, this isn't really, there's no benefit. The benefit is the hotel gets guaranteed to get paid for those rooms. There's no benefit to me other than I reserve rooms for my people, and then I have so many rooms that are guaranteed set aside for my people to book rooms there, right? Like it doesn't matter if you do it an hour later, there's always going to, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave you all to your own devices, and you get a room wherever you want to get a room. The dates are going to be October 21st through the 22nd, 2023. And since I'm not doing a room block and I'm not going to wait for that stuff, I can probably just tell you where it's going to be. It's actually a really cool place too. You guys are already booked and ready? Okay. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys where it's at then. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up here. So you guys are going to get your first glimpse at where Flattoberfest is going to be. All right. This is it. Vegas, baby, Vegas. No. Announce it. It's super cool. Okay, Cammie, we're going for it. Okay. It's going to be at a place called Sam's Town Hotel and Gambling Hall. All right, so this is Sam's Town right here. And it's this big place. Maybe I should see if I can do satellite. It's this big, big building. It's a big hotel. So in here you can see, remember I was telling you guys that there's a bunch of stuff in here? Okay, so there's a bowling center, right? So they got a bowling alley. They've got this place, which is a lounge. They've got a bunch of restaurants back here. There's a taco shop. which, and you know, you don't have to eat here. This is Vegas. You could just probably walk or go across the street and probably go eat somewhere else. There's an arcade here, ice cream parlor, Century 18 movie theater. Okay, all right here. And then in the center here, it's got Mystic Falls Park, and I think they do like a daily show in the inside of this hotel in this little park, and you can like walk through it and stuff. And if you have a room that faces the inside, you can watch the show from your room. It's pretty cool. And the other cool thing about this place is that right next door is Las Vegas KOA Journey at Sam's Town. So there's a KOA campground where you can bring your trailer if you travel like that. If you have a travel trailer or a camper or whatever, you can book a spot here at this KOA. It's literally right next door. So it's pretty cool that it can accommodate pretty much anybody. And this is where it is. It is, okay, so if we're in Las Vegas, where's the, this is near Flamingo Road, right? Anyway, it's not on the strip. It's off the strip. So where's the strip? The strip's over here, right? Okay, so here's the big strip, right? Here's Mandalay Bay, Luxor, MGM, da-da-da. This is the big ritzy, like, Vegas new strip, right? This place is over here, right? So Sam's Town's over here. It's kind of like on the other side, right? It's off the strip. Where's the Golden Nugget? I thought the Golden Nugget was over here. Maybe I was wrong. Boulder Station. Huh. Anyway. So it's over here. But you can still see it's like right across from the strip. So you fly in, so the strip's right here, and then it's like over here. Does that make sense? Nature walk, RV park on the property. Cross it, yes. Off the strip. Off of the strip, right? Right. It says it's a local favorite. That looks like they only allow RVs for camping. Golden Nugget is downtown Fremont Street, right? Downtown Karen? Okay. Where's that? Say, I haven't been to Vegas in so long. I don't know where anything is. All right. Okay. Here's Golden Nugget. Right. Okay. Downtown. Blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's where over here. So it's off the main strip. So if you're, it's in Vegas, it's there, it's the location, it's West Coast, right? Or as close to West Coast as we can get right now. And it's off the main strip. It's like out of the way of stuff. So if you hate Vegas, if you hate like this part of Vegas, this part, right? This over the top, super busy, people handing out hooker pamphlets, like that. If you hate that, well, we won't be there. We'll be over here. Okay? We'll be over here. And there's cool stuff. Actually, somebody else was telling me that there's oh look, here's a wetlands park. Yeah, there's like nature stuff over here. Yeah, it's on it's like on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cheers. Thank you for the tip, Colin. All right, boy, all I see is Cammy talking. Yeah, off the strip. Because I knew a lot of people didn't want to be, they're turned off by the whole Vegas thing. But this is a cool place. I think this is going to be the cool place. It's, and we'll all be together. Everybody you can book your room there, right? Or next to it. Let's see, what else is next to it? You can just book a different place if you don't want to stay there. You can stay, what's next to it? There's Longhorn Casino and Hotel right here. What's this place? I don't know, maybe you want to stay in one of the nicer places on the strip. You can go do that too, if you want. And then just come over here whenever for the event. I actually don't really know what else is around here. You'd have to go up this way. Here's another RV park. Arizona Charlie's Boulder RV Park, RV Resort. A lot of RV resorts. So that's cool. Boulder Station is also here. I think Boulder Station also is the same company that owns Sam's Town, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, there you go. That's where it is. Yeah. You need details. Where is it in relationship to the airport? Well, let's see. Directions to... what's the airport? What airport is it in Vegas? What's the name of it? To Harry Reid. Okay, Harry Reid. Harry Reid International Airport. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 5.5 miles from the airport. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. That's it. Never go full RV. Sam's Town. It's a place called Sam's Town Hotel. Hotel and casino. It is like a little town. It's called Sam's Town because it is like a little town. Like, right? What's Skate Rock City? That looks interesting. Oh, look, it's a rolling rink. A roller rink. Oh, that's cool. Let's go roller skating. All right. Like I said, there's a bunch of restaurants here. There's a movie theater. There's a pool. There's an arcade. There's a taco shop. Angry Butcher Steakhouse and Roberto's Taco Shop are right here. And then Panda Express. Roxy's Lounge at Sam's Town. There's probably something in there, but I don't know. That's it. And then there's, like I said, there's the bowling center. Then if you do want to gamble, of course they do have a gambling hall. I don't gamble. I've never been big on gambling, you know. I mean, if you really want to do some cool stuff, you know, they have really good shows. Like if you go to, I highly recommend if you can afford it, those Cirque du Soleil shows. Man, those tickets are expensive, man. They ain't cheap, but those shows are amazing. Amazing. And no animals get harmed. It's all just people doing crazy stuff. McCarran? They changed it a few years ago? Well, I haven't even been to the West Coast in probably close to a decade. Yeah. I mean, not quite a decade, but like a long time. 8 years. 7, 8 years maybe. It's a long time. It's been a long time. So anyway, my phones are open. 848-222-2480. Has anyone seen the Meow Wolf exhibit at Area 15 in Las Vegas? They have an interdimensional grocery store art exhibit. There are lots of videos on YouTube. It's very funny. No. Mm-mm. This will be my third Flattoberfest. Each one gets better. Awesome, Alliance Creed. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Oh, thank you for the tip. We'll see you there. I think they have a shuttle. They do have a shuttle service, actually. I thought I was looking at their website, and they do have a shuttle service. So, yeah. It's a joke. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't get it. 420 is legal there. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Everybody will have a great time. It's going to be a good time. Actually, like, look, it's right over here by this little mountainous area. Las Vegas is actually surrounded by a lot of mountains. Charleston Peak. How tall is Charleston Peak? Oh, that's pretty. That doesn't give me an elevation. How tall is that? Anywho, whatever. So there you go. That's where it is. That's where it's going to be. Now you know. And I just have to set up my website so I can start selling tickets. I have not done that yet. I will do that probably this week. I know I'm way behind. Way behind. But, that's how it goes sometimes, right? Sometimes that's just how it works out. Yeah, there's a mountain nearby. Looks like some trails to hike there, yeah. So in Vegas, I can prostitute myself to pay for tickets home. Yeah, just working on my budget. Well, you know, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Don't recommend it. Also, so what else is going on? You know, I started my stream, I was watching Don't Follow Crumb, the stream he did with Alex Michael. That was pretty cool. I haven't finished it yet, but it was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I thought that was a cool talk between two musicians, you know, because they're both really creative. You know, Crumb is pretty creative. Alex Michael is super creative, very prolific, you know. So I thought that was a really cool conversation between them. So if you haven't watched it, you know, you should go check it out. Oh boy. One second. Alrighty. Let me know if you need a pimp. Oh my god, you guys are out of control. Gypsum Cave? Really? Okay, now I gotta look. Is it in Las Vegas? Gypsum Cave, Nevada. That's supposed to be petrified poo. Really? Come on. Don't have any pictures of the cave. Is this it? Is that it? It's just a big hole in the ground? Oh, okay. Well, that looks a little bit more like a cave. People spray painting all over it. That's nice. Dome construction for Las Vegas gypsum storage. Well, I have to say, as far as caves go, that one doesn't look that enticing. Maybe I'm just not finding good pictures. It just doesn't look... I mean, that's kind of cool. But it just doesn't... What pictures are you seeing, Billingtano? Yeah, but some caves are really cool. Like, look at this one. That's cool. That's cool. That other one just didn't look cool. Like this. I thought it would look like this. I'll be honest. This is what I thought it would look like. Something like this, where you would see like all the stalactites and the stalagmites. That's what I thought it would look like. It just was See, and gypsum can form like these kind of really cool, neat looking clear type of crystals too. Gypsum kind of looks like in a few different things. Like let's look at the mineral website, right? Okay, so here, this will show you the different types of gypsum. Colorless to white, often tinged with other hues due to impurities, colorless in transmitted light. And its luster is vitreous, subvitreous, silky, pearly, or dull, right? So that's a pretty wide range. And then hardness is 2. It's actually very soft. Gypsum is very soft. Like gypsum is like one of the main things that they use to make drywall, right? So like drywall, when you scratch it, right, it's like very soft. Like it, you know, you have to work at it, but you can scratch it. You can mess it up pretty easily, right? So that's got a hardness of 2. Yeah. So let's look at the crystal system. Wait. Shows you the axis. We go start rotation. That's how you gotta do it. So this shows you like a 3D view. Not too big. Of the different also, so what's this one? This is a different one. Different crystal formation that it grows in, right? So it's kind of growing columnar. And that's kind of a cool looking crystal shape, huh? Looks like an arrowhead. Here it's showing you when they cross, like a stellated. Look, it makes an X, right? That's when like the 2 crystals cross together. It's showing you what it looks like when they grow, how they intersect. Usually when they do that, they'll pretty much always do it at the same angles. It's like the things, that's why they call it a crystal habit, right? It's a habit. It always does the same thing over and over, right? But they'll, depending on the conditions, it'll form in different types, right? It's a marker on the Mohs scale too. Good for growing vegetables. Greetings, NPE. Happy Moonday. Carrie says, I just got amazing piece of feathered fluorite, best piece ever. I saw that. That was really pretty. Really pretty piece. 4th time going to Flytoberfest. Woo woo. What is ticket prices? I don't know yet. I have to go and like figure all that out. By the way, did anybody hear that they were possibly, that the CDC was possibly gonna backtrack and like not lift the restriction for the vaccine requirement to come into the United States? Did anybody else hear this rumor? Or are they still planning to make it go away? Because it needs to go away. It needs to go away. I'll have to look into that and make sure that they're going to turn that shit off. So anyway, these are the pictures of, but the pictures on this website, they're going to be like museum quality. So remember that arrow-shaped crystal formation that the 3D thing was showing you? So here it is, right? That's what it looks like when it's when it actually forms. And these are going to be like museum quality pieces too. This Mindat, they always have the museum quality. Look at that. That is so cool. The little crystals, they almost look like little shovels or little arrowhead points or something. Pretty cool. This is another way it's growing. This is like, it's like growing out radially. They're super tiny. Super tiny. They're almost needle-like. They're so tiny in this one. And they look like little poof balls. There you go. That's a really cool picture right there too. You can see the growth marks on it. Woo! Right? Love it. So, I don't know. Whenever I think about a gypsum cave, that's kind of like what I was picturing. Something more than what the Las Vegas one was showing us. I don't think it's that great. See? This is gypsum. I'm like, gypsum cave? Hell yeah, dude, let's go check it out. Look at this. Oh. Wah wah. You know, looks like that underground cave in Mexico. General view of the giant gypsum. Here we go. Research gate. General view of the giant gypsum crystals. Caver for scale. The mineralogical study on the Cueva de Las Vegas. Naica, Mexico. Oh, Cueva de Las Vegas? What does Las Vegas mean in English? Is it Vegas or Velas? No, they have it as two different things. Interesting. So it's down here in Chihuahua, Mexico. So this is like a diagram of their gypsum cave. That is super cool. Cristales, right here. Sketch of the Naica mine with the locations of the main cultural cavities on the right. Da-da-da. Yeah. Right here. I don't know what this brown is supposed to be. Interesting. So mine gallery. Upper room, lower room. Crazy. And this is what? Is this meters? That's huge. A characteristic gypsum crystal called Vela, a sail which gave the name to the Cueva de Las Velas. Huh. Interesting. Metallic oxides. Huh. Cool. Lost wages. Las Vegas roughly translates to the meadows. Still due to end May 11th? Okay, well that's good. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I was thinking of when you said gypsum cave. I mean, you know, I'm sure I mean, I guess it might be cool. yeah. So I filmed my sunrise this morning. I don't know if I had talked about it before, but I've been using the drone to take the monthly recording of the sunrise and where the sun is on the horizon, and I failed to do it actually during the month of April because it was all rainy and crappy, and then I didn't wake up in time the day that it was nice. So I did it today, May 1st, so there'll be 2 in May, probably do May 1st and then May 31st or something. But it's cool to see because like it's been really cool for me because where I live I'm completely surrounded by trees and I don't see the sun or the moon from my house until it's like 20 degrees already above the horizon. And if it's winter I can see it before that through the trees, and the trees don't have leaves, you know, then you'll see it a little bit sooner. But pretty much like the sun has to be up and the moon for a while before I can see it from my house because I have so many big trees around me. So it's actually been pretty cool to use the drone to get up above the tree line and to take a look at where the sun is, you know, because I notice it changing position because of where the light comes into the windows on the house and stuff. But it's been cool to see it actually move north on the horizon. Every month. It's hard being more than one person. Aw, I miss Bob too. Oh, Cammy, you know what? You should let me know if you really need help. I think I can still get in there and help you with messages too, like comments or whatever on Google. On YouTube. I have a question. This picture's been going around, but nobody can, I don't know what it is or where it is. Does anybody know where this is at? Because people have been sharing it like it's a tree stump, but it's a big pit. So, like, this looks like a man-made thing to me. And this is what's coming up as a picture match for it. Like, I don't see any match for it that actually talks about it as like a actual place that exists. So I'm wondering if it's an AI image. You know, here's what sucks. It's hard enough to sort of decipher. It's been hard enough, you know, to sort of weave through the bullshit as it's been going on, you know, up until now. But now that there's these freaking AI bots that are creating all of these false images, and then people don't even bother to try to check and see, you know, if they're legit or not. They don't even try to look for a second source. I mean, remember back when the press was worth a shit and they actually wanted to report truth, supposedly, and one of the requirements before you reported something to the public was to get it verified by 2 separate independent sources. So I try to do that as much as I can with a lot of the stuff that people show to me, or people that or the stuff that people share. And, you know, most of the stuff doesn't pass that first filter of being able to be verified by 2 separate independent sources as being an actual thing or true. So I just want to know if anybody knows where this came from. What is it? Where is it? I'm already being 3 or 4 people. So, like, I'm gonna check this, okay? World Beauties and Wonders, which doesn't really mean shit, because there's a bunch of pages on Facebook sharing stuff. Harda Dam, a Yemeni volcanic crater, is considered a tourist attraction as one of the hot springs at Ali Dalia governorate south of the capital. Let's see, Haradot Dam. Is this really a place? It's not even coming up as a real place. Maps? No. Let's search this. What? Harass of Damar volcano? I don't see it. Arabian Peninsula. Let's see. How about Harda Dam? Let me see. Hardhdam. Yeah, this doesn't even show up like on maps when you search it. I mean, look at these images. Let's see. These don't even match. They're all different. What is this? Okay, here looks like a side view. So what is this? This looks like it might be the same thing, right? This is like a man-made thing though. Earth cache, hammam, damped, geocaching. Yemen, part of the Arabian Plate, which moves away. Da 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 da. This is geocaching for this spot, I guess. So, okay. I mean, why is it so hard to find? Let's see. Yemen. So where in Yemen is this supposed to be? Right? It's like, let's see, let's try one of these other links. Where does this take me? The Book of Enoch says the angels cut down the giant trees before the flood. Okay, but this is still not telling me where this is. I want to find this on Google Maps and I want to lay eyes on it. Yemen is the most prominent tourist attraction of the domed city of Al Dahlia. Let me see, where's that? So, let me type that in. Al Okay, let's see. I don't see it. I think it's fake. South of the city of Sanaa, Sanna. Where's that? Let's see, how about this other city? Because I can't find the one that they say it's in. Okay, so that's a totally different spot. South of, so it's supposed to be south of this place. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. I'm calling fakies. I'm calling fake, dude. I can't even get two things to like corroborate the location of this crap. So let's see. Yemeni is volcanic. Aldalia, south of the capital. Damped. No. Where's Damped, Yemen? Which is completely... Okay, so here's the other place that I just looked. This is the capital. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go into here. Oh, look, there it is. There it is. Okay. Hammam, Damped. City that comes complete with a volcanic crater. Huh. Okay, so they call it a volcanic crater and it's got water down there. Is that water? It looks like there's water down there in it. Wonder if they have more pictures. Wow, that was hard to find. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at their pictures. Oh, they got little houses right built next to it. Ooh, that's interesting looking. Interesting looking. What do you guys make of this thing, huh? What do you think this is? No, you can... No, there's no... Rings don't make it a tree. I don't think it's a tree. It's a travertine deposit. Can be what? Oh, I already found it. is not a tree stump. And we don't live in a simulation either. Just my opinion. Let's see. So this is the top of it. Huh. Oh, look at this. That's interesting. This almost looks, these formations here look the same as what you would see like inside the wall of a cave. And I just find that interesting because it's got water in the bottom of it. Like, remember when they talk about how the flood, how water came down from the sky and it came up from the earth? Like, I figure these holes, and there's all these little weird holes all over the place, all over Earth, right? There's like Montezuma's Well in Arizona, that big round crater that has water in it and that goes so far down deep. Like, they don't even really know how deep it is, and it gets all murky and like weird at the bottom, you know? And they don't know really where the water comes from, but it always has water. It's like water from way down below, right? It's just one of those areas where when that happened, when the earth was flooded, the water was rising up from these depths too, from the craters on the earth. I don't think that that this is a tree, but this one seems, it's almost like this one has like high mineral deposit on it. I mean, that's the top of it. That just looks like the ground. Interesting. Oh, look at that. I wonder what kind of minerals are right here. I wonder if they've analyzed it, like what's there. Rasta, but we can remotely view any place in the world on a computer screen and zoom in on the location. But you don't think, but is that why you think we live in a simulation? Because Google Maps made a model with all of the data that they collected and they made this thing, and that's why you think, please don't tell me that's why you think we live in a simulation. Because trees are what might create minerals? How? How do trees create minerals? That doesn't make sense to me. The minerals are already here. In the beginning was a formless deep. It was a super saturated crystal slurry. It was a mineral slurry. And then from that, I mean, how can trees create minerals? Things grow with the minerals. Things use minerals to grow, and then when it dies, it decomposes and those minerals go back into the environment and so on and so forth. And it gets alchemized by Mother Nature back into something else. I mean, that's what I think. You know, hey, the phones are open, 848-222-2480. You know, I make it so that other people can call. But this doesn't even look like the same thing as this. Right? That looks weird. That must be like the back side of it. It's interesting. So you can go up this walkway and go walk around inside of it. and that walkway. That's pretty cool. That would be cool to go check it out, but I don't know if there's anything else in this area to go check out. Like, that's a heck of a trip just to go look at this thing. But very interesting. Doesn't look like a tree to me. I mean, I see why people think it's a tree, but you guys, just because something has similar appearance to one thing does not make it that thing. It doesn't make it that thing, you guys. It just doesn't. And I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, what's this? A homeless shelter? It says homeless shelter. So you can go stay in a homeless shelter outside your tree stump. How about this? Go to Yemen. Go to Yemen. Go over there. Do your investigation. And, you know, show us how it's petrified wood. I don't see any petrified wood there. I see it looks like the inside of like a cave, like, you know, like at one point this was full of water. Highly mineralized water coming out of here. Here's your little walkway that goes up into it, so you can go check it out. Seems artificial. You know what? That's what I'm saying. It seems a little bit artificial to me too. Maybe they have done stuff to it over the years. Maybe just people going to it and messing around. I don't know. It does look a little artificial to me too. That's why I'm just curious about the mineral content. You know? It's just kind of a trippy feature. You know, and who knows, you know, it could just be we just may not understand what it is, but you can't just look at this and go, oh, it's a tree stump just because it looks like when you cut down a tree and you have a stump left. Okay, but typically when you cut down a tree, it doesn't have a bunch of this down on the bottom and like a lake at the bottom. I wonder how deep it goes. You know, they don't seem to have very much information about this. They don't even have a website. Like, do they even... Megalithic stump of an ancient tree. Oh my gosh, you people. Old volcano, very beautiful. I don't think it's a volcano. A great deal of neglect of the volcanic crater, although it is appropriate for it to be a tourist attraction that tourists from all over Yemen come to due to its beautiful shape and view. We hope the state will take future care of it in terms of stairs, make a new and tidy yard around Haran, repair the infrastructure. Huh. Relax modifications like protection fence. See, they're calling it a volcanic crater, but I don't even think it's a volcano. I think it's just a big, like, maybe it's an ancient dormant geyser. And I also think it's funny that all the things that people call tree stumps, they're like, there's a huge range of what those things look like and what materials those things are. And everybody just looks at it and goes, tree stump, tree stump, tree stump. But, you know, some of them, like that thing is very unique. I think this is very unique, right? This doesn't look like the other thing that people call a tree stump, which is Devil's Tower, right? And people look at this and they go, oh, tree stump, tree stump. But this doesn't look like this. These look like two very different phenomena to me. Does this look like this? It's the same thing to you as this? They're two very different things, and they have two very different materials. Like, you know, I don't know what growth pattern, what do you call it when it grows in that, like, that stalactite, like that cave bubbly shape. It's like botryoidal, or where it's just like bubbly. That's what I'm seeing here, inside these images when you're looking through. Look at these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, right here. They have more pictures. So like right here, like this. How are people getting in here to write on that? Look at how little they are. The people. How are they people getting down here? They're like using ropes and stuff? That's kind of crazy. There's a stairway. Ooh, that's rickety. Interesting, though. It is a fascinating formation. I would love to get up and look at it close, because look at all this. Look at it. It looks like what forms inside of caves and stuff. Earth acne. Hey, Ben. Hail. You're starting with mainstream ideas originally? No, I'm not. Has anyone seen the videos of people making coal in a matter of days and diamonds and overturning the entire carbon-14 scam? I suggest realizing carbon-14 is bunk. Huh? The waters. Trees create coal? Yeah, burnt trees. Well, yeah, you can... Burnt trees are coal. Partially burnt. Right? You can make your own, coal. And then, actually go buy it at the store. I go buy bags of burnt trees at the store. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Supernova created the minerals and where stardust... Come on, Daryl, did I say anything about supernova or stardust or Big Bang? I'm sorry, but everything in a supersaturated mineral slurry is not mainstream idea from the beginning. That's not mainstream. How is that mainstream? Mainstream is Big Bang. I didn't say anything about Big Bang or space. How come whenever I don't agree with people, they just put words in my mouth and make it look like I am spouting mainstream ideas and say anything about that? I didn't say anything about that. It doesn't have to be a tree to make that shape. Prolapse buttholes in a tree stump. Earth acne and scarring. I know. Is there any bottomless pit on Earth? I don't know. Some of the way coal veins run, I can see why people think they're either giant. But see, this is... What you guys are seeing is you're seeing this. You're seeing this. And you're conflating one thing with another. You're seeing the golden ratio. Everything on this plane, in this physical realm, is subject to the same laws and the same physics, and the way it works is the golden ratio, right? That is the signature of the creator, right? So these spiraling out, this toroidal form that you see in pine cones, in like the center of every flower, every tree. So let's see. Tree golden ratio. Branches. Okay, so do you see this branchy? Okay, this follows the golden ratio. This is the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci is everywhere in nature. This right here is why the tops of the tree looks like the bottom of the tree. This is why when you go and you look at stuff on Google Maps and you zoom out and you see things like this, right? How these growths, look at even the way that the crevices form in the mountains, right? It even follows that same ratio. Everything has to follow the same rules. So if everything has to follow the same rules in this physical world, eventually they're going to make similar shapes. Things are going to look similar to one another because it's all of the same realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why that's like so difficult to understand. You guys, just because something looks like something else doesn't mean that's what it is. Right. It's a fractal reality. I do agree that we're not stardust, but I thought you said it like I was the one who said it. Because you're telling me that I'm starting from... You need to explain better. I don't get it. Because you said that you're starting with mainstream ideas. Who's starting with mainstream ideas? Me? Or maybe you weren't talking to me? I don't know. Hi, Artiseer. Good to see you. Right. So, anyway, all flow the same pattern. Exactly. What do you mean virus? But anyway, like this part of the Fibonacci right here is why all that stuff looks the way it does. It's just how things spread out. It's like the natural entropy of this realm and the proportions and the physics of it and how it works. It's like why you see this type of stuff. Look at, a spiral in the galaxy in the sky. This is just an energetic form. We don't know what that is. A spiral in the storms spiral, tornadoes spiral. It's like, this is the signature of the creator of this realm, or the signature of Mother Nature, or how it's showing you the rules of this physical place. Do you know does that make sense? Showing you the rules of this physical place. And there are rules here, and certain things just can't happen because of the way this place works. Like, I don't know, infinite space vacuum up in the sky, billions of years away. I don't know what I clicked on there. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, Mandy Lynn. Thank you. Yeah, everything in nature follows the golden ratio. Like nothing is ever split directly in half. Do you know what I'm saying? Like things are hardly ever divided equally. It's almost always somewhere close to the 1-to-5 ratio. Like light refracts through a sphere in the golden ratio. So all these things, all the platonic shapes, all the natural shapes that show up in crystals, in trees, plants, in our bodies, blah, 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 everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And then, it's like, and then people see one thing that looks like another and they're like, oh, it is. No, it isn't. Not necessarily. Not necessarily it is. It just, resembles that. So if this is a tree stump, I mean, they look nothing alike. By the way, I don't think this is a tree stump either. I don't think this is a tree stump either. Because if you look closely at the material, now I haven't gone there first person and done it myself, but from everything I can find online, the material that is at this place is a basalt, and it's not even just like a common type of basalt. It's a very specific kind of basalt called faunolite porphyry, and it has different little microcrystals embedded inside of the basalt. I mean, it's just not something you ever see in a petrified tree or an opalized tree or anything that is known to be a tree that is either fossilized / petrified or crystallized somehow or opalized. And the way that those form is they have to be super saturated. That's why, like, a lot of these trees that they find, they're at low-lying areas, or they're in places where there's sedimentary areas, because they have to be soaking in like a high silica content slurry, right? In order for those crystals to come in and replace the organic material of the tree with the crystalline material. There has to be no oxygen touching it, right? It has to be completely underwater so that just open air can't get to it and cause decomposition. And then it becomes saturated, and then it hardens up. Okay, the bonds create over time. Not as much time as they say, but it does take a little bit of time. And then you have a crystallized tree. But this doesn't look like anything else that we know to be a tree. So this is why I don't think it's a tree. Now, is that going with mainstream ideas? Maybe, but it's all based off observation. This is what people go out and find in nature. Like, you can't deny what people are finding and where they're finding it and at what places, And when they start to break things down to a molecular level, you can start to rule things out. Like not everything done in science should be thrown away. You can't throw out everything. That would be foolish. Then you're stuck starting from zero again. You're rebuilding all your base knowledge, from nothing. And, some of this knowledge, a lot of this knowledge, this wasn't put together by just a few people. You're talking about just a database that gets built like over the decades by thousands of people going out in the field and, we're doing stuff. So I think it's really foolish to throw all of that away, like what we know about certain minerals and crystals and stuff. Now, some of what they said is bullshit, and that's when you kind of have to go on a case-by-case basis and sort of decide, well, what am I going to give more credit to, or what am I going to, what's starting to look like it's more nonsense. But you can't just go wipe everything off the table and be like, and just go, oh, this looks like a tree and that looks like that. Like, that's very remedial and it's not scientific at all. Even though that like whole term is jaded in and of itself, it's got a whole thing connotation on it, but whatever. We don't know what the heck those things are. if an archaeologist found an arrowhead, chances are I wouldn't be a farmer here anymore. I'd be shut down. Really? People find arrowheads in the East Coast all the time, all over the place. They're everywhere. God, they wouldn't even have the paperwork to keep up with that shit if they did that over here. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. In the East Coast all the time. Hello?
I'm having a bad connection here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Basically, I just wanted to chime in on the fact that, according to how I see it, they moved here to this corner of the world. The way I see it, the rest of the world didn't really like their religion, so they kicked everybody to this corner. The reason why I say it's in the corner is because all the sundogs are in Australia. And I'm thinking when they moved here, they just set the date around 1750 because there isn't a single grave earlier than the 1800s. And what technology they got, we don't know. But whatever they did, they covered up whatever was here because they got tunneling laws even where you live. Because if you dig 3 feet past your foundation, you broke basically tunneling laws, and they have the right, and they will actually take your house away. You will never see your house again, and whoever does move in there will never be told that somebody tried tunneling down, because some folks have actually tunneled down, and they found structures that are like 3-4 stories below them that aren't listed anywhere, and they got windows and doors on them. But basically,
where did that happen?
They got teleporters. I know I've watched a couple of John Levy's, and he said in the beginning, like when I started watching him a few years back, there were people who dug up their basement and they found another structure that's 3-4 stories below them.
Okay, well that's not
John Levy.
That's not
guy. I know you don't like either one of them.
No, but you know what though? That's not uncommon. Like it's not a secret that some cities were buried and then they were built on top of again. That's like not a secret. You know what I'm saying?
Why did they do that then?
Because the cities... Okay, well, why did they do what? The cities flooded and it became a floodplain and they couldn't... Why would you want to keep doing that? So they... I don't know. They built higher? Well, think about it this way. If you're talking about back in like the beginning of when they started really terraforming this country, right? And building stuff and building up cities and building up, suburbs and stuff like that. And so what was happening? They were moving a lot of dirt. They were moving a lot of land. They were cutting down a lot of trees. And then what happens? It rains because there's a natural weather cycle that happens on the earth, right? So the rains come and now all of the dirt and stuff that everybody has jostled around and moved is now going to get washed out and it's going to get pushed down to the lowest point, right? I don't think people realize like how much damage it does when you start clearing the land and you don't have this plant, this flora with the roots in the ground holding the dirt in place. Once you don't have anything holding that dirt in place, the rains will come and will wash everything down to the lowest point. That's why the city of Sacramento, which is down in the valley of California, had to be built over like twice. It flooded over twice. There's old Sacramento that's there now, and then there's another old Sacramento that's down below the surface that people can still get to through different tunnels and stuff, but it's like a well-known thing.
I have a hard time believing the fact that 30 feet of mud can pop up out of the blue. And even if
I didn't say it's out of the blue. It's not out of the blue. But it's not out of the blue.
Let's say you bought a house and there's a house beneath. Well, let's say you bought a house and there's apparently a house beneath you. They would tell you, oh, by the way, below you is another house we just built on top of that foundation. But nobody knows there's actually a city right below them. I know that I talked to a couple of Satanists, and they have a job called truckers, and apparently the truckers drive their trucks through the tunnels underneath what we call cities. But I don't have much proof on that one. But if there was a city below us and it got flooded over or mud covered it in some way, according to you, we would have a record of that city. You know, okay, there was a city and it got covered up with 30 feet of mud. Now we built a brand new city on top. But we don't have those records. According to us, we came here and we started building on top of the mud. What we started building, according to John Levy, we couldn't have built with the amount of workforce there was available in the areas when they were built, and especially the timelines. All the major construction happened within 1 or 2 years. Some buildings took 5 years. And you look at that building and you go, we couldn't build it in 5 years today.
What building specifically? Can you be specific? You know, you guys, every time people talk about this, they just talk in general terms. Oh, this building then and that building that. Specifically, what building could we not build?
There's a few buildings that were built all out of glass. Used
the Crystal Palace?
2 buildings, actually.
Yeah, I remember that. They did build that. It was documented, though. I don't get it.
I can guarantee you, if you look up, it was built within 5 years, basically, or less. I mean, everything that we got going is built within 5 years or less. But basically, if you look at that, we didn't have enough glass to make that building, let alone bring it to the spot. But we built it.
How do you know we didn't have enough glass? People make glass. You know that there's places that manufacture glass, right? Like, I don't understand how you can just say we didn't have enough glass, but glass is made, like they make it. So, and they still make glass to this day.
Yeah, I know.
There's an island in Italy. The only thing they do is make glass. And it's been that way for hundreds of years. So I don't understand why you say we didn't have enough glass. We make glass. So that's like, that statement doesn't make any sense to me.
It, like you said, it takes manpower to make it.
Right.
And considering what was in the area, would have been impossible to do that.
So how many people were in the area?
They would have had to bring the glass.
How many people were in the area?
Usually there's less than 5 to 10,000 people in the general area wherever you see these major constructions happening, and let's say a quarter to half of that would be all in construction, but they wouldn't all go building a structure. They'd all be building houses and other things, and a fraction of them would be building this monumental glass tower, which you need the glass, which would be hard to make back then. Not impossible. I'm just saying it would be harder to make back then. So then it would have to be brought to the area and put up.
Why? Okay, let me ask you a question. Why is the glass harder to make back then than it is today? Why is glass harder to make then than it is today? And how has the process changed?
No, it's not hard. The only thing we got now is it's automated. But back then it would not be automated. And when glass cools, if you screw it up, you got to start over. Or actually not start over, but you got to reheat it.
Right.
It's a long process. If
so it's a skill.
All wrong. Okay.
It's a skill.
Nowadays we got it. Yeah, it's a skill that we got down to a science now. But back then it would all be done with horse and buggies, which would make it very hard to do.
What was done with horse and buggies? What do you mean?
Building everything we got.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
horse and buggies are for travel. Horse and buggies are for travel. Nobody was using horse and buggies for construction. They used cranes and oxen and heavy, bigger animals for carrying heavy loads and heavy wagons. and steam-powered stuff.
Okay.
But they
But we
didn't
couldn't
do
it.
horse and buggies. Horse and
couldn't
buggies
do
are
it.
for the street.
No, but let's put it this way. If it wasn't automated, it would be going slower than it is today. And if it would have taken us longer today to build the same structure than what they say they did it in 5 years back then, things start to look wrong.
You're just saying that though. You don't have any proof that we can't do that now. You don't, I mean, you're just saying stuff without really anything to back it up though. Like, I don't know how many people were in the city back then. But I mean, back then, people didn't have desk jobs. There was no data entry. Like, everybody had to do something with their hands. There was a lot more people who had to have a physical skill, a job, a manufacturing job, or some sort of construction job, or some sort of physical labor job, because that's what was going on back then. People were not, like, on their smartphones, like, playing video games or live streaming like I am right now. They actually had to go out and do stuff in their community to help build stuff and make things happen.
Okay, but it would still be harder to do without mechanized technology or automated equipment. And basically, if you did put it all up, why would you knock it all down, calling it a temporary structure?
I thought the glass palace, that crystal palace thing, I thought burned down. I thought there was some sort of fire that messed up the structure of it.
Everything, all of our wonderful old buildings somehow all got destroyed. Some of them that were temporary structures took years to demolish, which was funny, but they all got taken down. Whichever way they got taken down, and now they're not there for us to look at and figure out how we did it 200 years ago. But the fact is, it was standing there, and now it's gone. But the stuff we do got, we're not building the same stuff today, unless of course you look at Dubai. If you ever look, they got really some funky projects building in Dubai. But as far as the rest of the world goes, we're building rectangular buildings and rectangles and squares. That's it. Everything that we used to build that looked beautiful, we just call them government buildings now. But how we built them, we don't build them the same way today. And another thing that, something you might want to look at is all the old palaces that have a water fountain beside them, like all the stuff that was built before the 1700s. There's no water going into the main building itself. And if you look at, the Romans had toilets that were working, but for some reason we knew about toilets in the 1700s. We had pressurized water that we could deliver wherever we wanted. That's what the water fountains say. And there's nothing going into the building. There's no plumbing whatsoever in the building. And then on top of that, they got rooms that are the size of a football field. And there's no heating that you can think of that would work for back then, because there's nowhere for fireplaces or nothing. So how was
What are you talking about?
Back then, that was quite.
What are you talking about? What building are you talking about?
There's a few structures that I saw that were built in northern Russia that were leveled off for the same reason that everything else got leveled off. But they had rooms, they said, that were like the size of a football field.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm so bored. I'm so bored of this conversation. I'm sorry, no offense. But listen, it's so vague when you're just saying, well, they had this and they had that and they didn't do that. Who? When? Where? What building? What time? I just can't, dude. I can't with the vague, with, oh, this mysterious. Watching John Levi is bad for you. Watching John Levi is bad for you. There, I said it. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay? I just can't with that, dude. I can't. Listen, today, people don't, it's a different time. Oh, we don't make buildings like that anymore. It's a different time. We do not live in that time anymore. People have different priorities now. People don't give a shit about God or who you think the creator is anymore. So no, they don't build big fancy churches anymore. Well, some of them do. Some of these mega churches get built, but then what is that? It's a big, like, tax scheme for these people to say, praise Jesus, he wants me to be a multi-millionaire billionaire and have a 12,000 square foot house and a Learjet. Praise Jesus, please donate. Okay, like that's what mega churches are now. They have completely lost like the whole point of what it is, like who the creator really is and where we are and what spirituality is. Any of that shit is completely void of spirituality now. So no, they don't build stuff like that. They build things to bring in money, dude. We don't live in that time anymore. Like, you know, it would be really cool if people still had skills like that, if people still like ventured outside of their homes and learned how to do something with their hands or express creativity more. But no, everybody is stuck in technology and stuck watching John fucking Levi tell everybody that, you know, back in then they didn't have this, and these vague stories about fucking who knows what the what are you people talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Can we please identify like specific things and scrutinize it on a case by case? Can we really get into the nitty gritty of stuff instead of this whole like, I saw that there was some buildings over here that went over there, and then there were some buildings over here that were built on top of other buildings, and they didn't have running water, and where did they take a shit? Well, you know what? A lot of these people built outhouses because they didn't want to shit inside their home, and you know what? There's still people who don't like having to shit inside their house. You know, there's people who are used to having a separate building to go take a shit in. They don't want to shit inside the house. Their house is separate. Like, that is still a thing some places. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody has the same thought process. Not everybody lives the same lifestyle. Not everybody has the same, you know, outlook on life or the same priorities. I don't know. It just blows my mind. Hi, Nachiketa. It's a melted building. San Diego. Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. Hi, much love. You know, I hear what the last guy was saying, and I do get what he was trying to refer to. Some of the castles or places that are up to question, and he was saying Canada, and I know there was a special done on Chateau Frontenac. It is a big giant castle in Canada, and according to their narrative and the story, if you look it up, it only took 1 year to build. And I get why people are questioning that, because it is possible that maybe that stuff can be built in a year, but there needs to be some other documentation on, you know, where these people lived, why they were building it, where was their plumbing, who cooked for all these people. Like, it just keeps going on, and like, or all these questions, like, where do they bring the bricks? How do they get all this here? You know, horse and buggy. In 1 year's time, they built this giant castle like that, and there's no other. This is where the people that lived, that helped build the castle. There's just a lot of unanswered questions, and you do see a lot of that when you research the history of certain big buildings throughout our history. And it said, oh yeah, some European artist came over here and built this in 2 years, and you're like, we can't even build that in modern day time, 2 years on the side of a mountain. So there is a lot of questions involved when it does come to that stuff. But I get it. And I'm a big fan of John Levy. I love listening to him, sitting back and hearing what he's got to say. It's like Eric Dubé, same thing. Some people love hearing him, some people don't. Some people could care less, But it is interesting. And anybody who's going to put out any of the truth or just, we're all trying here, and there's a lot of questionable stuff out there. And when when they're built to this 17-story castle with 600 rooms, and they did it in a year.
Which castle is that?
The narrative, how they did it doesn't.
Which castle is that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Which castle is that you're talking about?
It was Chateau Frontenac, Frontenac. Yeah, and if you look when it was built, it only took a year. And this thing is the most beautiful, biggest castle on the side of a cliff. I mean, where did the people stay that built this thing? It was their housing quarters. Who cooked for them? Where did all these people go to the bathroom? And you can do that with World's Fair stuff. You can do that. There should be, when they say like 2,000 people built this St. Louis Fair, okay, where did they live? Where did they stay? Who did they build 500 porta potties for them? I mean, there was no running sewage. As you reverse what they're saying and walk back through, there's nothing on any of that. Where do they get these people? How do they get here? Horse and buggy,
people, why do you guys love to say horse and buggy? I don't understand why you guys always say horse and buggy. That is a total straw man argument to say, oh, we didn't build it with horse and buggy. Horse and buggies were never used for construction.
Well, it was in 1892.
Yeah, but horse and buggies are for traveling. There's other animals and setups that they use for construction and heavy loads. They used a lot of pulleys and a lot of ironwork and stuff like that. They use oxen to pull heavy load, and they don't use horse and buggies that people travel in.
Once the material gets there, I'm sure. Once the material gets there, they have all that. However, it gets there, but I'm sure it was built. I'm sure all of it was moved to the location on some kind of wooden cart. I don't think they had steam-powered carts. It's just rocks and cliffs, and there's just a lot of mystery out there. And I get it. I get questioning it because, I don't know. Sometimes it's just too much. Like the whole melted building thing. Screw that. I can't do that whole melted building. I'm with you.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes it does look like it. I get it when they show melted. I get it what it's looking like, but who knows? And you could write your own story, man. On any of this stuff.
Well, erosion can cause the same type of look that people are calling melted. Water creates that same look.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's just people dig back into stories. It's just like. No one ever writes any stories on what's beyond Antarctica. No one even writes stories or future novels about North America. No one ever produces any of that. It's all space. Like there's a new movie coming out called Silo. Have you seen that? The preview for that? It's a total knockoff from a flat earther's point of view. It's these people that grow up in a silo. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, it's like the movie Silo. It's like it reminds me of a flat earther's point of view, where these people are trapped and they grow up and they work in a silo, and they have these windows that look to the outworld, but it's all fake to them. And so their whole mission is to try to escape from the silo to find out what's really out there, because they've been lied to their whole lives. It's called Silo. You should see the preview for it. It totally reminds me of the truther point of view on where we are and where we live, except it's these people just grow up in this giant silo and they want to know what's out there because they've been lied to their whole life. But yeah, there's weird stuff. I'm a fan. Love listening to you. Love my Monday mornings. Love my Tuesday nights.
Right on. Well, thanks for listening and calling.
Of course. Well, thank you. Always a fan.
All right. Cheers. Bye. So this place that he's talking about, groundbreaking of May 1982, and then it opened December 18th, 1893. So it took like a year and a half to build, it says. a year and a half. The Chateau Frontenac is one of Canada's Grand Railway hotels built by the Canadian Pacific Railway. The chateau-esque architectural style throughout the hotel would later serve as a template for other Canadian Grand Railway hotels. Okay, so it was built by the Canadian Pacific Railway, according to Sheeplepedia. It is one of Canada's Grand Railway hotels. So, in the late 1800s, so 1892, 1893, this is actually not far from the time when Biltmore was built. So here's Biltmore Estate. This is the place in North Carolina. This is not as big. This is not as big as that place, but this place they built it in 1895. Yeah. So there it is, this is a picture of it from 1900. Built from 1889 to 95. So this place took 6 years. And yeah, it's not as big, I don't think. But it is a huge house. It's a castle. It's basically a castle. 178,000 square feet. This one, does this say? I don't know if they count it like that. 18 floors, I mean that alone, because so anyway, that to me, okay, so railway, right? So right away, you know that they're probably bringing materials in by railway. I'd venture to say that in the late 1800s, they used the railroads, okay? And plus, this place, I don't understand why people don't think a rich railway, because that was like one of the main forms of travel early in American history, world history, really. Once railroads started getting built, like rail travel was the main major way to travel across large distances across the land. So why would not a Canadian Pacific Railway company not have enough money to employ enough people and, you know, procure the materials to build this place in a year and a half? I just, you know, background. In the 1870s, a restoration project began in Quebec under the British Governor General of Canada, blah, blah, blah. I mean, and there's nothing weird about this place, right? Like, they got shitters, right? I mean, it's a hotel, so obviously they have bathrooms in there. There's got to be running water. So I guess the biggest complaint is that it was built so quick. Chateau Frontenac was completed in 1893. It was designed by American architect Bruce Price. Blah, blah, blah. Hotel is part of a series of chateau-esque styled hotels built for the Canadian Pacific Railway Company during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The last of the Canadian Pacific Railway chateau-esque hotels was completed in 1908, leaving the rival company Grand Trunk Railway to continue the trend. The hotel was expanded in 1924. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I'm on the line. I don't see anybody on the line. Look for the closest railroad line. Know what? Yeah, Yeah, it's the railway. Yeah, they would lay the rails and then they would build stuff along the railway, right? I mean, that makes sense to me. Let's see. Chateau Frontenac. Why is that not? That didn't take me there. How do you tell where railroads are? Let's see. Transit. Although, to be honest, even if there's not a railroad there, that doesn't mean anything because they remove railroads all the time because people use them less and less. I just had the tracks removed from where I live. Oh, here's a railroad tracks right here. Yeah, I found it. So here's the chateau, and then railroad tracks are right here. I mean, whatever. I mean, you know, I just don't see the point in even arguing about it. Whatever. Happy Beltane? What's that? I think it's quite possible they found some crazy cool old stuff here that was built by giants just because it seems like there's enough evidence of giants having lived here before. Start with the architect. I already closed that window. Well, I don't want to get too wrapped up in all that. I mean, that's, you know, that's something I would probably just do on my own later because I feel like I'm already boring you guys with that stuff. Grant Trunk Railway. You know what's really cool? No, I don't know what Beltane is. Am I supposed to? I'll tell you right now, I don't care that I don't know. What is it? I'll look it up. Beltane is the Gaelic May Day festival. Oh, okay. Or about midway between the spring equinox and summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. The festival name is synonymous with the month marking the start of the summer in Ireland. Ah, okay. Gaelic May Day festival. Or about midway between spring equinox and summer solstice. Well, I'm not Gaelic, but that's cool. Beltane 2023 in photos. Oh, do they do weird rituals and shit on this day? Oh, creepy. They got masks and they're like, what is this? Bruh. What, dude? What is this? Good God Almighty. What are y'all doing? This is weird, dude. What am I looking at? Bro, this is like weird stuff, man. What is this about? It's fun. Wiccan holiday. Magic done because the veil is thin today. Oh, I see, because it's halfway. Interesting. I'll try to send you info on the chateau thing. Okay, send me something. Please don't let it be John Levi. Because I don't know if I'll be able to watch it. Yep, and... Cammy, what was that? Okay, this looks nicer. They got flowers like what you were saying. They make little, flower headdress things. How cute. Beltane is about honoring the light half of the year and rejoicing in warmth, passion, fertility, and all of the earth's blessings. It is a form of veneration of the warm sun, positivity, radiance, and abundance. During this time of the year, spring blossoms are in bloom, the fresh smell of grass fills the air, and all sorts of critters are buzzing about and twitter-pated according to Disney's Bambi. This is a time of celebrating the fertility of the land as well as the people, sexually, that is. Symbolically, you'll notice that sex is a big reoccurring theme. This doesn't mean that Beltane rituals are necessarily inappropriate in any way. During pagan times, well before Christianity, sexuality was something that was celebrated because it means fertility and abundance. During Beltane, animals give birth, bird eggs hatch, flowers bloom, and sexuality simply enhances reproduction. Beltane is a celebration of life that can exist without sexuality. Well, that's cool. The May Queen. The May Queen was the queen of the Fae, known to some as the Earth Goddess Flora, and to others as the maiden and mother aspects of the triple goddess. Some believe that legends of the May Queen have been used by Christians, as the veneration of Mary occurs during the month of May and holds many of the same symbols and rituals. However, it's possible that the energy of this period is potent. This could be why many different religions and cultures venerate the young virgin or mother during May Day. In modern May Day traditions, a symbolic May Queen is crowned among the young women of the village and adorned with flowers and wreaths. Cool. Ritual bonfire, huh? There are many Beltane rituals that can be performed in solitary or as a group practice. Here are some of my favorite Beltane rituals to rejoice in the fertility of spring. A ritual bonfire. That's cool. Why do they all have horns on their heads, though? Traditionally, one would take this time to perform rituals of protection over their livestock and crops. This could be done by creating a bonfire whose smoke carried protective energies with it across the land, much like a giant smudge stick. Oh, that's cool. This is called the Beltane Fire Festival. I like fire. What's another one? The maypole dance. This is what you were talking about, Cammy, right? Where they have the pole and they have the little, the ribbons and they weave them around. The maypole was considered a phallic symbol, constructed with the intent of penetrating the earth to represent potent Beltane blessings from the god above. At the top of the maypole, a wreath. This is kind of weird because children wrap ribbons around it and it's supposed to be something phallic. Like, that's weird. I'm sorry, that's a little weird to me. At the top of the maypole, the wreath of flowers would be placed to symbolize the fertility of the goddess in classic May Day tradition. I mean, I guess... if you're in that time and of that understanding, it might not have been weird, but it's weird to me now, having been raised in modern times. It's weird. Today, dancing around the maypole with brightly colored ribbons is often practiced in schools as a fun children's activity. Dance around the penis, children! Come on, that's weird, you guys. Though this is a classic May ritual that is often done in a secular way, it also functions as a long-standing Beltane pagan tradition. Okay, hand fasting ceremony. As a time of celebrating fertility and abundance, Beltane is a wonderful time for weddings. Right. Okay, so actually, I only know that this is another name for a wedding because of Ben. Ben did a hand fasting ceremony for one of his friends. And that's how I found out what hand fasting is. So hand fasting ceremony is one that many choose in place of a traditional wedding and was once practiced in the British Isles in pre-Christian times. This bonding ritual has been adopted by many modern-day pagans, Wiccans, witches, atheists, and members of the LGBTQ plus community that may not identify with the idea of a traditional marriage ceremony. This is also a classic Beltane tradition that is really wonderful if you want to go back before Christianity and many popular religions today. Plus, what's more enticing than a pagan Beltane festival in the form of a wedding? Because the general Beltane meaning speaks to all things new and beginnings, a wonderful, energetic period to host. And actually, a lot of people do get married in the springtime. This time is a popular time for weddings, even if you're not a pagan. It's just a good time of year. Okay, what's May bushes? May bush was a small thorny tree of a hawthorn or a rowan tree, which would be decorated with brightly colored flowers, ribbons, and decorations. Okay. Crafting floral wreaths and crowns. So many choose to celebrate this Sabbat by creating something similar on a smaller scale, such as floral wreaths, crowns, bouquets. That's cool. Create a fairy garden. Because this is a holiday with deep ties to the Fae, we welcome them and show warmth by creating a fairy garden in your garden or potted plants. Add miniature houses, furniture, trees, and tiny animals and gnomes to make a miniature gardenscape. Make offerings to fertility deities. While offerings are often made to Cernunnos or the May Queen, there are many gods and goddesses that one may worship depending on their path, blah, blah, blah. Honey, milk, wine, oats, fruits are common offerings for these entities. Well, I won't be doing that. Sow seeds for your garden. As a celebration for spring, you get your garden started by planting seeds. Well, yeah, planting seeds, you should be doing that right now anyway. Yellow flowers on your doorstep. Perform love and fertility spells, huh? And cooking with aphrodisiacs. Okay. So there is... bake something with aphrodisiacs, like a fig tart or a pie with asparagus and garlic. I didn't know a pie with asparagus and garlic was considered an aphrodisiac. Karen, we're going way off on a tangent. Listen, I'm learning about Beltane. Somebody said happy Beltane, and then somebody said, you don't know what Beltane is? Like as if I should know, so I'm learning about Beltane. I'm sorry if you already know about this and this is like a review for you, but I'm just wanted to know what it is. It's okay. So, Beltane symbols include the sun, flowers, anything related to fertility, so probably eggs. Yellow, red, green, white, silver, blue, pink. Oh, crystals, rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, beryl, emerald, malachite, amber. Yarrow, mint, mugwort, okay. Altar decorations. Phallic or yoni symbols. They really like to use this during the springtime. Phallic or yoni symbols. That's so funny. Yoni and phallus symbolism, fertility, purification through fire, and fairies. Does this sound accurate? Is it accurate? We're... Good Lord. It's an Ashura pole, dipole Karen there lying. This is twisted. Oh, really? Well, what is it? Okay, so this is not accurate. I may put pants on today, I may not. They did not think it was a penis. Disney did that. Oh, okay. Well, what did they think it was? Honoring nature and gratitude and celebration. Okay, so this is the perverted version. That's false info. Do not make deals with Fae at all during this time. You can't discern good from evil spirits at this time. So no making deals with any spirits. Interesting. Show us some yonis. I'm gonna search yoni and see what comes up. A stylized representation of a vulva worshipped as a symbol of a goddess or Shakti, female organ of generation or a symbol thereof. Blah blah blah. All right, images. These are interesting. Benefits of yoni massage. Let me add that to my watch later. Oh, that's so funny. There you go. There's some yonis. Look at, there's the Dorito. You recognize that? Yoni. Oh man, what was I? Now I want to see. Look, I need to find good info on Beltane because now I feel like I read a bunch of garbage about Beltane. Pagan. Let's see. What is Beltane and how do you celebrate it? Holiday that celebrates the time of year when the god and goddess are equal in power and the masculine and feminine energies are united. Well, this already sounds better. But you people who know about Beltane, you be the judge. Okay? The holiday celebrates their union through traditions such as fertility rites, fire festivals, and dancing around the maypole. Beltane, pronounced Beltane, means bright fire in Celtic and refers to the god Belanus, who protected herds of cattle and offered healing and light to the ancient Celtic pagans. The word comes from the combination of the Celtic words meaning bell, meaning bright one, and tine, or whatever, which means fire. Okay. In earlier times, the Celts lit a need fire in Tara Island. They used this to light all the other fires in the local community and eventually the country. They believed the smoke of this fire was considered purifying and healing for both people and animals, so they drove cattle through the smoke as they moved to summer pastures. how pagans celebrate Beltane today. Is still a popular time for planting, hand fasting, romance, flower gathering, and honoring the divine masculine and feminine energies. Fire still plays a prominent role in celebrating Beltane for modern pagans. Light a fire, or at least some kind of symbolic flame, represents the warmth and generative energy of the sun. The maypole also remains a popular tradition. It represents the union of the energy of the goddess and the god. The long pole corresponding to the god's phallic energy. This is set into a hole in the earth and decorated with ribbons and garlands. Well, this one still says it's supposed to be phallic, but the way it describes it is much nicer. The union of the energies of the goddess and the god. So that's like the union of the masculine and the feminine energy. After this is placed into the earth near sunrise, the whole community holds ribbons and dances in a weaving pattern around the maypole. The men go in one direction and the women dance in the opposite direction. Okay, see, this right here seems like this is how it should be. Men and women, right? If this is a phallic thing and it's about fertility, this makes way more sense than having the children dance around the maypole. This makes way more sense. I feel like this is how it should be. What do you guys think? Is this better? Anyway, well, there's a little delay. I'll wait to see if I can see more stuff come up. Whoa, just chimed in, what's bad with John Levi? I'm sorry, I can't stand John Levi. This is not a new thing. I just don't talk about it all the time. But if somebody, you know, brings it up, I just have to... It makes my eyes roll just thinking about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like John Levi. I'm sorry. But I just can't stand it. I know you shouldn't keep your toothbrush by where you shit. That's right, Carrie. That's a lot of them actually look for the Grand Railway. There's a lot of them actually look for the Grand Railway. Yeah, I guess they built a bunch of them. And the railroad company would have the money to pull that off. I mean, think about it this way. If you have enough money, you can do a lot of shit, man. Money talks, bullshit walks. Like, if you want to make stuff happen, lay down the cash. It'll happen. There's like a, you know, when I used to work in printing, there was like the triangle, right? At one point of the triangle is like high quality. One point of the triangle is fast, the job done fast. And the other point was cheap, right? You can only pick two. You can have cheap and you can have higher quality, but it's going to take a lot more time. You got to wait, right? You got to wait your turn to get that spot, to get that deal, right? You can have fast and high quality, but it ain't going to be cheap. You're going to pay. You're going to pay lots of money for the rush job to have it done good and in a timely manner. And I see a railway as being like able to pull that off. That's just my opinion. I still like John Levi. Yeah, that's cool. He makes shit up, which drives me insane because people repeat it like it's accurate information, and it's not. It's not. It's all like assumptions and just, it's not accurate at all. Made up. And then the other thing too is like the extreme, like just ignorance doesn't even attempt to, it's very surface level stuff. I feel like he just doesn't go beyond the surface level. Anything I've ever watched, I have more, every time I was done watching his videos, I would have a bunch of questions and then I was frustrated. So I just stopped watching it. In my opinion, you should shut up and come over. I might. Hey, Trevor7 says pagans are given a bad rap. At least they honored nature. Yeah. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense. And a lot of stuff gets twisted and bastardized, but I like this version better where it says, where it talks about the union of the masculine and the feminine energy, and then the men go in one direction and the women go in the other. So it's actually men and women dancing around the phallic penis pole and not little children. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're gonna do phallic shit. I just don't like it when it involves children. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. John skips details. Details are important. Yeah. You really want to go in October? You should go. October 21st and 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to be at Sam's Town Hotel and Casino. And it's going to be a blast. And as far as I can see, let me see. I'm going to search this up and just verify right now. When will the COVID restrictions end in the U.S.? U.S. to end COVID emergency declarations on May 11th. So what does that mean? The government has been paying for COVID-19 vaccines, tests, certain treatments, blah, blah, blah. Why does that article not seem very... Biden signs bill ending COVID-19 emergency. The ending of the national emergency will not impact the planned wind down of the public health emergency on May 11th, which enabled the government to provide many Americans with COVID-19 test treatments and vaccines at no charge, as well as offer enhanced social safety net benefits to help the nation cope. Blah, 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 blah. Both emergencies by May 11th. Okay. So that's 10 days from now. 10 days from now. I hope that goes through, because then I can actually start solidifying some plans, some certain travel arrangements for people, for international travelers to come to Las Vegas. Eats from the bowl, not the pole. The masculine representation isn't sexual in nature at all. It's like a nude statue, but the nude statue has the whole body, not just the pole. If you just have the pole, that's sexual. I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. I mean, come on. The nude body itself is different. Like, just nudity, just a nude body. Like, there's all kinds of nude statues all over Europe. And like, there's nothing sexual about that. You know, there's like not a bunch of people like jerking off to the statues in Rome. But if you just have the pole, come on. Maybe this even... Is this a penis? The banana? Well, typically we use the eggplant. He is ending it as it is coming on May 24th. The rules for keeping people out at the border ends, and they must have COVID mandates end to allow the 1 million plus people coming across this month. Karen, are you a pervert? I mean, I might be a little bit. Maybe I am a pervert. That's hella funny. I've hiked Mount Charleston a couple times. Easy and beautiful trail to Mary Jane Falls. Also, Red Rock hike in the morning is great. DB, somebody else was telling me about Red Rock in Las Vegas. Area 15 is interesting. The grocery store is amazing, but costs $50 to get in. I don't know what Area 15 is. Okay, so is there a website about it? Area 15. The Illuminarium. Immerse yourself in ever-changing and mesmerizing settings at Illuminarium Las Vegas with cutting-edge technology. Ooh, is this like where they have like a laser show or a light show? Oh, here's the Meow Wolf thing that other guy was talking about. Oh, okay. Now I see what you were talking about. Meow Wolf's Omega Mart art exhibit in Las Vegas. What is it? Astonishing, unpredictable, mind-bending Omega Mart from groundbreaking art collective Meow Wolf is the newest interactive experience in Las Vegas featuring jaw-dropping work from international and local artists. Oh, that's cool. Discover secret portals or simply soak up the innovative art as you venture beyond an extraordinary supermarket into parts unknown. You can't miss checking out this exhibit's unexpected art-filled landscapes. That sounds really weird. What is this? So it's like an art exhibit and a store at the same time? What? Bro, what is this that looks like it has the Earth continents on it? What is that? Do you see how this has like Earth continent shapes on it? Am I tripping? Is that Prodoilia? That's weird, dude. What is that? Weird. And they have a bunch of weird products in there. Butter, but then it says do not eat. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Shrubs. This place looks weird. Interesting. Ha! You guys, check this out. Man, come on. They got a big old screen there. It makes you put you on the moon. That's too funny. Come on. Where's this place? A bunch of us have to go here and we have to take some crazy video at this place. How funny would that be? That's too funny. Look at that. Ted. Go see Hoover Dam. Yeah, there's actually a lot of cool stuff you can do in Vegas that doesn't involve gambling. You don't have to go there and be hanging out in like a smoke-filled casino. There's plenty of other stuff to do. Plus, we'll be having the event at that place, and there'll be like hundreds of other flat earthers there to go hang out with and to go meet, have meals with, walk around with, go flat smacking in Vegas with. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Anybody who's been to the past Flattoberfest, like the other person said, they get better every year. This one's going to be the best because this time we're actually having the hotel, the venue is in the hotel. It's all together. All together now. All together now. They just built that attraction. The Carroll Shelby Museum, if any was into cars. Oh, really? Is that in Las Vegas? Ooh, that's cool. Pink Jeep Tours. I don't know what that is. Anyway, there's tons of stuff. It's Las Vegas. It's a destination. And flying there is cheap. That's the best part. Flying there is cheap. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So looks like they will end the restrictions on May 11th. So I just afraid to pull any triggers, really do anything until that actually gets dropped. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Watson woke you up, Liz? That's cool. You were arrested twice. I overheard a 9-year-old girl complaining to the lady who works in the local shop. She had sex education at school. They were shown photographs of male and female bits. She was so embarrassed. Oh my God, Liz, that's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah, Watson was on Freeman Fly. That's cool. Yeah, Watson was just here. He tattooed me and Ted. It was cool. Super cool. Oh, it's a fake supermarket? It's worse than that in Scottish schools now? Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't even like hearing about it. Stay away from the Luxor. Luxor's old now. Man, I stayed at the Luxor one of the times I was in Vegas, and it was over 10 years ago. And even then it was starting to get aged. I was like, this place has seen a lot of action. That place has seen a lot of action. So, that's what's up. That's what we're doing. We're heading to Vegas, baby, Vegas. Apparently I've been blocked. 3 fingers, you're not blocked. I can see you right now. Why do you think you're blocked? Dude, the schools are just screwing people up. You know, there for a while, like when my children first started going to school, before COVID pretty much, I was like, well, I went to public school and I came out okay. And so I was okay sending them. And then when they got home, you know, or whatever, I would just talk about whatever they were learning or whatever they taught them in school. And like, and if I didn't agree with it, or if I felt that there was something that needed to be amended or added, I would just have that discussion right then and there with my child. And that was how I was doing stuff for a while. Well, then COVID hit, and they shut down all the schools, started telling all the children to wear masks and treating them all like they're filthy little diseased, you know, filthy things that should never be touched or hugged. Horrible. And then they put everybody on remote learning, and that didn't last more than like a month or two. And I took my children out. I started homeschooling, and over the last few years, it's just gotten better and better. I can't tell you how happy I am that I did that when I did that. I feel like I got out just in the nick of time, just when things started really getting worse, because it was during that whole COVID thing when all of this weird fucked up gender shit started going down. Like it was ramped up like exponentially for whatever reason. So, you know, and all this stuff starts happening. So I watched my children become like nicer, their vocabulary improve, the way they speak. They stopped talking in memes and stopped talking like cartoons. As there's something about like them being in school with other children who are like just being put in front of the TV or just being put on devices all the time. I don't know, it was really weird. But like now, they don't behave that way anymore. I don't know, man. If you could stand to do it, I would just not put your children in public school at all. I mean, it's gotten so much worse because now I feel like it's not the same, right? So like where my generation went through public school and we still came out okay, like with half a brain, I feel like now that's not the case. Now you can't trust your children to be put into the system, into the public school system, and have them come out okay. Like that's not going to happen. If it does, it's very rare. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like it's just gotten exponentially worse. And like how, you know, it's just not the same world that we grew up in. Charlotte NC started the bathroom nonsense? No. I don't think they started it. Right? I mean, going through puberty and all that stuff is so hard and it's so awkward. And then to put boys and girls in a room together and start talking about genitals and weird stuff, like that's just so bizarre and weird to me. It's so bizarre and weird. Yeah, and then they're starting to do weird things now, like on the West Coast in these more liberal states. They're starting to make it so like that these people, that the state can take your child away from you if your child expresses gender dysphoria or whatever, and you don't do the gender affirmation care. They can take your child away and let their child convince themselves that they are the opposite sex, or like nurture, you know, foster that idea. And it blows my mind. Actually, I saw this on Twitter today. Let me see if I can, I mean, it's sickening, dude. So, youngest trans model to ever walk New York Fashion Week says that she knew she was trans at age 2. What an inspiration for the children. Like, are you kidding me?
It's 2022. What is normal? What is normal? It's 2022. No one knows what normal is at this point. It's cool to have that title, and it shows that I actually am showing other people and kids that being transgender isn't bad.
Dude, this is fucked up. I mean, at age 2, most of the people I know don't even remember being 2, or they don't even remember being up to like 5. I know a lot of people who don't remember their early childhood. How could you possibly know anything about what you want to do with your, like, permanently what you want to do with the rest of your life when you, like, haven't even gone through puberty yet? I mean, puberty is such a confusing time. You don't know what you want or what you want to do. Things upset you and you don't know why. You know, you want to go do stuff and you don't know why. I mean, it's just a, like, completely confusing time, and they're just making it worse. It's evil, man. So, like, look at this. Trans clothing company. They're making it all trendy. This 10 years old. And this child comes from a queer family with non-binary parents, Dee and Ray McMahon. A little boy, this ultra-confident little boy already considers himself a trans activist. You know, and they're saying that, oh, he just knew, he was born so confident. No, it has nothing to do with being raised by 2 parents who are confused and who probably have all kinds of weird gender bending confusion type shit in their house, and then they have confused this child and then, like, embellish that. You know, when children are this young, they're just repeating what they're told. They're literally just repeating what they're told. They don't have any sort of, they're not making any real decisions. They're just doing what they're told. They're getting the affirmative, positive affirmation from their weirdo mental parents, and they're just being screwed up beyond all recognition. Like, I can't even imagine what this child's gonna feel like when he grows up. It breaks my heart, man. I don't understand how people can do this to children. Is this the family? That's the family. This is a boy. This is a little boy. Noella with her biological mother Dee, who has been married to Ray, a 32-year-old biological female who has also identified as transgender since 2019. This shit's mental, if you ask me. And I don't care what anybody says. It's weird. It ain't right. It's normal. You need to learn to love yourself the way you are. Learn to love yourself the way you are. You don't need to, They let anyone have children, but we had to take a road test to drive a car. Well, you know, like, I don't want to say, oh, you should be evaluated before you're allowed to have children, because I think that's a really, you know, fucked up fascist, like, dystopian, dictatorial. I don't even know the words to describe that. But in a world where the government or some body has given itself authority over your body and telling you what you can do, like, reproductively and all that, like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I think that, I would encourage people to have children, but to abuse them, to convince them, a little boy, that he's a girl, or a little girl that she's a boy at such a young, impressionable age, to foster these really super, super confusing ideas in such young people, that's where you're going wrong, you know? And, it's just, I guess, people are going to do whatever they're going to do, but it's just sad, man. Tyrannical authoritarian is, right? Yeah. These people just want attention. Like, they're just getting attention. Like, look at these people. These people, I mean, they're no better, in my opinion, than these parents who put their children in these beauty contests or push them to perform or to be in TV and music and do all these crazy things that children, really, they should just be allowed to be children. Like, these people are no better than that. They're just probably worse, because it's probably going to end up where this little boy gets mutilated, like permanently mutilated for life, right? I mean, you're going to have a chance at any sort of normal, happy life? I don't know. I mean, not to say that people who look like that aren't happy, but I mean, these children it's just sickening, dude. It's sickening. And here's the other part of it too. This is like, how sick is this to have this type of makeup? Even, let's just say it is a little girl. Why would you put this red lipstick and this fake eyelashes and all this makeup on a little girl? You're trying to make her look like an adult, and that's groomer shit. That's groomer shit. Little girls don't need to have this sexy, like, looking nighttime makeup on them for anybody. Why are they even there? Because everything about it is just wrong. Show them your wood chipper. Gay. You know what, Voy? I miss the days of just normal gay couples. I miss it when it was just normal gay people. When there was a dude who looked like a dude and dressed like a dude, maybe was a little bit feminine, maybe had a little spring in his step, maybe talked a little bit like this, but it was a dude. And they identified as a dude, and they didn't go, my pronouns are they, them, he, she, whatever. They didn't do that. There was like, I'm a dude, and I like other dudes. I miss that. I miss the time of normal gay people. I miss that. Can we just go back to normalcy? Pederast. Right? It's like, remember Munchausen by proxy? That Munchausen by proxy syndrome? Do you guys know what that is? Munchausen syndrome by proxy. A fictitious disorder imposed by another. That's what this is. That's what this is. If you ask me, that's what this is. It is a fictitious disorder imposed by another. Munchausen syndrome is by proxy is a mental health disorder in which a caregiver, most often a mother, routinely makes up fake symptoms or causes real symptoms in a child or adult victim to make it appear that the victim has a true physical or mental health issue. These actions are typically a result of a maladaptive disorder, excessive attention seeking by the caregiver. That's what I'm saying. These people just want attention, and they want attention so bad that they abuse their children to get it. And then this twisted reality praises these people for it. They get accolades for it. They get the attention. So that's what it is to me. By proxy. Exactly. Keyword, by proxy. Exactly. This is like all of these, it's like that meme where it says, transgendered children are like vegan cats. We all know who's making the decisions, right? You know what I'm saying? It's being imposed on them by their caregivers. Or, if their caregivers are neglectful and don't watch the content that they consume, or don't watch who they're hanging out with, or don't pay attention to what schools are teaching them, then, right? The normal gay will be the weird gay. Surgery is butchery. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Normal gay people. I know, right? David laughing. Seriously, though. I might have said this already on the show, that I like had gay friends when I lived back in California, in Sacramento and San Francisco. I had tons of gay friends because there's a lot of gay people over there. And I didn't have any problem with it. Some of them were like some of my best friends. You know, I had one of them, really, really good friend of mine. So, and I remember when I started seeing like a lot of the cross-dressing things started happening a lot more. Like dudes were coming in dressed like chicks. It was really weird. And I remember asking my gay dude friends what the hell was going on with that. And they all thought it was weird too. They're like, I don't know. I don't know what that shit is. Yeah. That's because a lot of these, you know, these celebrities and stuff, they're all freaking leftists, extreme leftists. You know, they all grew up. I mean, think about it. These people don't live in the same reality that we do. They don't live in the same world we do. They don't get the same, you know, the things that would happen to us if we did some of the things that they did don't happen to them, right? Like they get their asses kissed all the time. They get told that they can do no wrong. They get to go to all these places and participate in all these weird, you know, elitist parties where there's no fucking rules. You know what I'm saying? Like they get to live this life where they're sort of outside of the rules of normal society. And I think that it makes them lower their moral standards. Like it makes you it chips away at your morality and you just become this like degenerate, like, you know, just awful person with no, you know, no real, I don't know what to say, you know, where all this crap is normal to you. You know, the degenerate mindset. Thought RuPaul and Wendy Williams were the same person for years. Ha ha ha. See, even RuPaul. Remember when RuPaul was the only drag queen? Was like the only one that anybody knew of. And even that was kind of weird, right? Yeah, an empty shell. That's a good way to put it, Carl. For sure. Yeah. I just, you know, I think when you know, because I follow this chick, her name's Adrienne Curry. She was like she won America's Next Top Model, and she was on some TV reality shows, and she was in Hollywood for a little bit and married to some Hollywood guy, and then she left all that, and now she just is an Avon lady. She just sells Avon, but she talks about herself being an ex-Hollywood douche, and sometimes she talks about how every person you see is a horrible person. They're all a bunch of narcissists. I mean, think about it. To like seek that kind of attention, to, you know, I don't know. I just feel like when you do anything just for attention, or anything that's sort of attention seeking, it's like nothing good is ever going to come from that. Nothing good is ever going to come from that. It's his fault. Yeah. I have a gay friend who hates trannies. I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. My gay friends they didn't understand the trans people. They were like, I had a friend. He's been gay since he was in high school, right? He does fashion design, he does clothing, you know, he designs clothes and stuff. And, you know, I mean, he's super gay. But even he was like, he thought it was weird. He was like, I do not understand. I was like, help me understand that. Like, I don't get it. Even they didn't get it. it's so weird. It makes you really wonder, like, where did this all come from? How did this become like so rampant? Where did the programming come from? How did it happen? Because, the government has done all sorts of secret, programs where they study like how the mind works, how to influence people's minds, how to program people, all that stuff. And it just makes you wonder, like, whoa, dude, what did they do to make this happen? Because it's not a natural progression. The way that it came out, the way that this has been like ramping up over the years, it's just like exponential. Like, it's not a natural progression at all. Like, so what did they do? What was the thing that really set that off to where there's people who think it's okay to fuck with their children like that? Like, what is that? How did that happen? Toxic chemical laced food, facts, school, and TikTok. I guess. It's just so crazy. It's like, okay, well, like the autism thing, like, right? Like, oh, and back in the 70s or 80s, autism was like 1 in 100,000 or 1 in 10,000. Now it's like 1 in fucking 35. That's not a natural progression. Clearly that's something being done to push things in that direction, right? And like with something like that, you can very easily point to vax, but what is this? What is it? Movies and TV have played and are playing a major role in the cross-dressing scene. Yeah. It just blows my mind how different things are from even when I was young. Because I don't think I'm that old. I'm 45. I'm not that old. It's not like back in my day, we didn't have the LGBTQ plus, right? Like, I am not that fucking old. I just don't get it. How does it change so fast? It's like completely different from when I was young. So how does that happen? How does it happen so fast? It's just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. The United Nations was trying to make sex with children totally fine. They are saying that a child at no age given can make the decision to have sex with an adult. Yeah. I heard that they were trying to make the age of consent 13 across the board. Yeah, it's insanity. So all of this is like an attack on children, clearly, right? From like every direction. Attacking the children, which is, that's why we're having, lower birth rates and all that stuff. Anyway. Not fast, all you need is love was used to promote hedonism in the 60s. Yeah, but the 60s, happened, but then I wasn't born until 77, right? And then I grew up in the 80s and 90s. The 80s and the 90s were not like the 60s. There was no free love, summer of love, everybody having sex on the grass shit. When I was in high school, that didn't happen. So it's like, well, while that did happen, and maybe that was part of the beginning of it, but like, I'm talking about from when I was a child to now my children, completely fucking different. Completely different. Yeah. Anyway, I see it rapidly increasing. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, we're going to be having a fantastic gathering of people. And it's going to be happening October 21st and 22nd, 2023, Flattoberfest in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay? At Sam's Town Hotel and Casino. I will get the website set up to start selling tickets this week. And I'm still going to finalize a couple of things, and then I will start. So keep your eyes peeled. I will send out an email, a mass email campaign when I'm ready to start. So keep your eyes peeled on your email if you haven't signed up to my mailing list. Should be a way to, let's see, from here. Yeah, you can subscribe here. Or email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com or karenbfe@protonmail.com and tell me you want to be added to my mailing list, and I will add your email address to my mailing list. And so as soon as I get things going, I will send out the email and we'll start selling tickets, and you guys start reserving your rooms, and you could start planning. We're gonna have a blast, dude. We're gonna have a blast. Vegas, baby. Vegas. So, should we play it? Let's play it one time. I think I have my site muted.
We gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
What do you mean, Vegas?
Vegas, Las Vegas.
I'm not going to no Vegas.
Yeah, I think, you know what, man? We're gonna go to Vegas, and,
When are we going to Vegas?
Right? AIDS scare in the 80s.
We're gonna give Daddy the Rain Man suite. Do you dig that? We're going to Vegas, Mike. Vegas! You think we get there by midnight? Honey, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight. Ah, Vegas! Vegas, baby, Vegas!
So that's what's up, you guys. Las Vegas. And I will also be back here tomorrow evening with Mr. Mark Sargent for another episode of Strange World, episode 405, tomorrow night. Sorry that I did not do any streams these past couple of Fridays. You know, stuff's been going on. I was going to stream this other Friday, but then I got a chance to get tattooed, so I did that instead. But hopefully I will see you guys this Friday for another stream. Saturday for anti-religious scripture study, of course. And, of course, Moondays for coffee talk. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channels. I do appreciate everything, every little bit of support. It really helps. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine. And I guess that's it. Closing the phones. All right, you guys. Where's my thing? All right, here we go. All right, have a wonderful day, y'all. Cheers. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and flat earth friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karendfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.